Easy, right? As easy as eating breakfast. Yes. Thank you for doing that. So now the third aspect of focus that I want to talk about is being mindful of what you are choosing to focus on. Being very deliberate. You can focus on your opponents, or you can focus on your performance. You can focus on your mistakes, or you can focus on your strong suits. You can focus on your pain, or you can focus on getting stronger. Do you see the difference? So be very mindful of what you are choosing to focus on. I used to do adventure racing, 2-day adventure races. They were so much fun, they were exciting, things were always changing, and I loved it. And I worked hard at them. I trained hard. I put a lot of time and effort into my training. And I showed up at this one race and I sized up my opponent, my one opponent. There were many, but I was focused on this one particular woman. And I looked at her and I thought, she is fast, she is strong, she is fit, she is way fitter than me. And my entire game plan went out the window in a nanosecond. 6 months of preparation reduced to 30 seconds of loss when I focused on this girl and her possible physical attributes. It's bananas. And I did this, and I should know better, but I still fell into this trap. And my support crew, bless them, said, Michelle, you got this. Don't focus on her, focus on you and what you need to do to perform your best. It was the best piece of advice I could have ever received. And in that moment, I got back into my body and really brought my focus back to me. So yeah, you can choose what you want to focus on and be really mindful of it. Even in our relationships with our friends, you know, sometimes we can focus on the things that we don't like. And is that helping the relationship? Not at all. But we can also focus on those things that bring value to the relationship. And that's what I'm asking of you today. So I want to do a little exercise with you just to demonstrate this. And look around your room. And I want you to start taking inventory and cataloging in your mind all of those objects that are black. Look down on the floor, on the table, out the window if you have a window nearby. Just start paying attention to anything that's black. Could be shiny, dull, large objects, small objects, just the black ones. And take a minute now and start cataloging them. Okay, so you got it? You've got all those black things now. I'd like you to close your eyes. Okay, now I'd like you to think of something in your room that is blue. How about yellow? They're there. Anything? Okay, now open your eyes. Look around. Do you see anything in your room that is blue or yellow that you did not notice on the first go around? It's funny, right? Because you know this room you're sitting in probably very well. And yet you weren't present to the fact that there's some blue and yellow objects in there, right? Because you were focused on the black objects. So what we focus on is what we notice. It doesn't mean the blue and yellow don't exist. They're still there, right? So it's like if you consider, if you bought, like another example would be if you were to buy yourself a new pair of running shoes and you love these running shoes, you got them on, you're wearing, and now you notice everybody else has the same running shoes. You're thinking to yourself, how did I never notice this before? This is what I talk about. This is what I mean when I talk about focus and choosing what you want to focus on. So focus on those things that are going to propel you forward, that are going to empower you, that will make your life better, easier. And know that the choice is yours. So when you're in the gym and you're working hard, you can choose to focus on your suffering, or you can focus in that moment on how strong you're getting and how your body is just responding to the extra pressure you're adding to it. If you are a goalkeeper and you let a goal in, which we will all do, you can focus on letting that goal in and beating yourself up about it, or you can focus on the next point and what you can do to play better. So focus on those things that will empower you and make you stronger, and know that this is entirely within your control. So if you're sitting in the passenger seat right now or the back seat, I encourage you to get into the driver's seat and take control of these things and watch the difference that it will make in your life and in your sport. And those optimistic, confident, resilient athletes that we've all witnessed and we've witnessed in ourselves, it comes from being focused on the positive. So as a recap, when you're in competition, focus on one or two things maximum. It's all your mind can handle at a time. Train it, trust it. If you're a skilled athlete, know you've put the training in, you've got the skills, trust that they're going to work for you. And also just pay attention to your focus. Is it slipping? Are you starting to get a little stressed and anxious? And remind yourself, I'm just focused on the outcome, and bring your attention back to the present moment. And you're going to bring your attention back with a physical gesture or a positive statement. And be in the present moment as much as possible. I know this isn't always possible, and it's a bit of a challenge, but I encourage you to just try it and see what happens. And just have your refocusing strategy in place. Simple, right? So now that's focus in a nutshell. And at the end of the day, it's taking back control over what you can control and just trusting that the rest will take care of itself. And if you focus on your game, your physical game, and your mental game, you will perform at your maximum potential. You got this. And thank you for tuning in.